perfect.
They're perfect. We go to Madrid. I play a tournament in Madrid. My parents go. My dad doesn't tell anyone he's designed this shirt. He designed it off like Amazon or something like that. It was like, I think it had hearts in my face on it too. And he just showed up in Madrid wearing this. He was so proud of himself. Everyone loved it. And the cameras loved him wearing it. And so for the Olympics, my sister had even more made and everybody was wearing it.
Yes.
So it's just a chill piece.
Yeah. Just like super kind subtle.
Understated.
Yep. Yeah.
Could be worn.
Well, the best part is that we then proceeded to wear them to gymnastics.
I saw that. Yes.
Needless to say, I'm offering it back, but like, not really.
No.
Okay, great. Thank
you. LA 2020, you can wear it again.
You get it? I'm not framing this because then I want to be able to wear it again. Okay. I'd love to get into a segment I think you're going to like as a content creator. It's called Doom Scroll of the Week.
Okay.
This first clip you may have already seen. Someone said that if you're over 200 pounds,
right,
that you shouldn't be in a Pilates class.
Yeah.
So this clip that we're going to show is not the original clip. It's a reaction to the clip. Queen Emma, roll the clip.
This is for the woman who said that if you're over 200 pounds, you shouldn't be allowed to do Pilates. If you're not her, keep scrolling. Bitch.
I would just like to say
234 pounds and I'll roundhouse kick you in the fucking head.
I want my legs.
Why is 200 pounds like the benchmark for being unhealthy now? Actually, scratch that. Why is anyone anywhere talking about anyone's weight that isn't their own? Just mind your own damn business and have a great day. Bye.
Now, I'm assuming you saw this.
I did see it. Yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
I think with that, it's just like so people's ideas of like weight and health are so wrong.
Yes, you have personally talked about BMI.
Yes,
that you would technically be classified as obese.
Yeah, I'm. That's considered massive on a BMI scale. You know, it's just I'm like I get that a lot of comments, or I actually don't get as many comments. I think, but I think I have a BMI of like 30, and I was like, some woman commented. So I talked to my dietitian about it because I was like, this is like crazy comment. And when you actually like BMI is just two numbers put together and that's it. And I'm like, does that show anything? That doesn't tell you a gosh darn thing of what I can do. And no one would think like, nobody would look at me and be like, wow, she is just, that is crazy. So I think with the 200 pounds thing is I'm 200 pounds. I like heaviest is like, I'll go to like 203, 213. And then my playing weight at the Olympics, I was 197.
Yep.
So it's just crazy.
To me, it screams that the original poster of this was probably 5'2" max.
1,000. Yeah.
Because I don't know that there are people who are. You're 5'11", right?
Okay. Okay. I'm like 5'9".
I was going to say, is it?
If you round up, it's like 5'10".
So it's a roster height. Got it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Right. Keep going.
Anyway, breeze over that.
Yeah. Cut that.
I feel like at my height specifically that I've always teetered this like area of, especially when I was playing, of just, high 100s, close to 200 when I've been pregnant, over 200.
Yeah.
But it's not like anyone would have looked at me while I was pregnant and been like, ooh, she really packed it on.
Yeah.
People don't realize that like your frame, how are we supposed to help being that close to 200? And why, like you said, why is 200 the benchmark for like, wow, you're really unhealthy?
Well, and that's been my thing recently is like this idea of kind of skinny and that coming back. I really think that some of our bodies are just meant to be certain ways.
Yes.
Like I'm big. We're tall. I believe that I just don't think I'm not supposed to be skinny for my frame. I have broad shoulders. I have, I just think there's a natural way, and I think we're forgetting that. Like, yes. We're not all, there's some women who are meant to be thin, who are meant to be skinny, and that's just, I've seen them eat so much and they just stay that way. There's some of us who are meant to be a little bit bigger, and I've seen people who are so healthy and like who live such fulfilled lives, over 200 pounds. That's kind of like why I'm constantly putting out these body positive messages, because it's like, it's never ending.
It's also funny as an athlete to hear someone make the idea that Pilates is like the measure of
right.
Like Pilates is the class. Like how many workout classes, boxing, all these other ones that are like built-in strength, the same way that Pilates are. Like Pilates is built-in strength. The fact that you're trying to be like you need to be dainty, to do Pilates.
Sorry, you have to be skinny to come in here.
No
Pilates instructor. Well, hopefully no Pilates instructor is like sorry, you have to be the fittest you've ever been for me to train you. You have to have a six-pack. There's no point if you don't do Pilates without a six-pack. Like, what? We like to go from here to go up.
Yes. Next up on Doom Scroll.
Yep.
This is a trend I have some strong thoughts on. I'm very interested to hear yours as a professional athlete. Queen Emma, hit it.
Hi, can I just be a bitch for a second?
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes, you may.
I can't stand when people say, try this high protein recipe, high protein hack, blah, 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 protein, 100 fucking grams of protein this, 1,000,000 fucking grams of protein that. And the recipe is literally like putting yogurt in a bowl and then dumping a bunch of protein powder into it.
Yes.
Eat fucking real food.
We pulled this TikTok because I may or may not have gone off on a hard tangent in pre-production meeting about how everything is like trying to be high protein.
Yeah.
And we could just like eat a hard-boiled egg, get some protein in. Like we don't need to just like smack protein powder into everything. And protein powder, I've had like a couple that aren't terrible. They're all chalky.
Yes,
most of them.
1,000%.
And I love food. So I would just love to hit my, whatever you call them, macros in eating meals.
Yes.
How do you feel about this whole high protein push? Because you need to have a fairly high protein diet.
I have a high protein diet, but I also have like probably the highest carb diet ever. And I was raised on a very high carb diet. And carbs are really the energy that you need. That's science, truly. But I have a very carb-heavy diet. I get protein in for most meals, but I'm actually not as committed to the bit as I maybe could be.
Sure.
I think I could be leaner. I could be this if I was really focusing on protein, but I just don't see... I think I'm fine. And also when I look around, it's so cool to look at other countries, what other countries eat. Like when I go on tour and I see some of these countries, like England's very carb-based country as well. So the girls will have like 2 pieces of toast and some beans on their toast.
It's very brown.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying it's yummy. I'm not saying it's that good. But,
so my concern is just that like we're trying to pretend like when we blend up some cottage cheese and put it in the freezer that it tastes like ice cream. You get what I'm saying?
Don't lie to yourself.
That's what I'm saying. Eat a couple scoops of ice cream. It's okay. It's okay. Then eat a hard-boiled egg for your protein.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
I saw recently one. It was like protein tiramisu. She dips the rice cake in espresso and then she puts like Greek yogurt on there. I was like, that's not even close.
That's almost offensive. Don't offend tiramisu like that.
Of course they put protein in the yogurt too. I'm like, I couldn't even be satisfied.
There's no way.
There's no way.
Then why eat it? You see what I'm saying? If it's not going to scratch the itch.
Yeah.
Or if you're doing it just to try to scratch it, what are we doing? Just eat the fucking tiramisu.
Yeah. I really think we've lost the plot on that. And my dietitian does want me to get a lot of protein in. Thank you, Jackie. I'm working on it, but I personally am more of a real food person. So like if after training, I'll have a quick protein shake. Like that's very easy, quick protein. But like if I can, I'm going to have the eggs. I love like beef jerky and biltong.
The most powerful moment came when Steve Spagnuolo shared how Andy Reid gave him his first NFL shot back in 1999. Kansas City Chiefs star Travis Kelce and his brother Jason switched things up for the latest episode of their hit New Heights podcast. This time, their guest wasn't a big Hollywood name or superstar athlete. Instead, they welcomed Chiefs defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, a coaching legend in his own right. While he may not have the fame of Shaquille O'Neal, Wayne Gretzky, or Ben Affleck, Spagnuolo brought something even better: real football insight and stories fans haven't heard before. The conversation was packed with moments that pulled fans in. They talked about Spagnuolo's journey through the NFL, his deep connection with head coach Andy Reid, and how that bond changed his life. At 65, Spagnuolo still carries the same energy and wisdom that helped him lead the Chiefs' defense to multiple Super Bowl wins. This episode wasn't about celebrity hype. It was about football roots, mentorship, and the grind behind the glory. The Kelce brothers made sure fans got a front-row seat to a real story of passion, loyalty, and legacy in the NFL, a must-watch for true football lovers. "I owe him everything," Spagnuolo said, speaking about how Andy Reid changed his life by bringing him into the NFL. It all started when Reid hired Spagnuolo to join his defensive staff with the Philadelphia Eagles. Years later, they reunited in Kansas City when Reid called him again, this time in 2019 to lead the Chiefs' defense. On the podcast, Spagnuolo made it clear that Reid played a huge role in his career. "I'm not in the NFL without Andy Reid," he said with full emotion. Travis Kelce was quick to jump in, giving credit right back. "He doesn't have 3 rings without you either, big guy," Kelce added. Even though Andy Reid is the team's head coach and often seen as the leader, fans agree that Spagnuolo has been just as important to Kansas City's success. According to Kelce, the Chiefs wouldn't have won 3 Super Bowls without his leadership on defense. The touching moment between Kelce and Spagnuolo caught fire on social media as fans shared their love for the bond between the team's stars. That same energy followed Kelce and Taylor Swift to the 2025 Stanley Cup final, where they turned heads during Game 4. The star couple was seen cheering for the Florida Panthers, one of Kelce's favorite teams, against the Edmonton Oilers. Florida tied the game at the last second, sending it into overtime, and the cameras instantly found Swift and Kelce in the crowd. Swift was seen mouthing, "That was so crazy," then tapping her chest saying, "My heart," during the wild ending. Kelce, who's been training in Florida this offseason, will soon return to Kansas City for minicamp. This could be his final shot at another Super Bowl before retirement. As he chases one last championship ring, the love from fans, friends, and Taylor Swift keeps following him, both on and off the field. Travis Kelce's future looks bright, with plans that include more work in entertainment and plenty of fun with his superstar girlfriend, Taylor Swift. As the Stanley Cup final heads back to Edmonton for Game 5 this Saturday, there's no sign the couple plans to travel to Canada, even though they made a dramatic entrance at the last game by helicopter. The pair certainly enjoyed the action, even if the home team couldn't pull off a win. But now, fans are buzzing over something much bigger than hockey: a possible secret wedding. Social media exploded after a small but surprising detail went viral. A wedding invitation with the names Taylor and Travis Kelce printed on it sparked instant rumors that the two might have gotten married in secret. The internet couldn't handle it. Fans were quick to ask, did Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce quietly tie the knot? The frenzy started when popular wedding planner Ellie Natty shared a series of behind-the-scenes photos on Instagram. She was organizing a wedding for Chicago Bears player Cole Kmet and his fiancée, Emily J. Rose. But one of the pictures stood out from the rest and sent Swifties into full investigation mode. The photo included what looked like a custom invitation, and though it may have belonged to someone else, just seeing Taylor and Travis's names together was enough to launch a wave of marriage rumors that still hasn't settled down.